Althea's Amazing Adventures, The Land of the Long White Cloud. Althea sat quietly on a carved wooden bench in Rotorua, New Zealand. Around her, the earth bubbled with hot steam, but her mind was thousands of miles away. She looked up at her mother with a heavy sigh. "Mom," Althea said softly, "I love visiting these beautiful countries, but every child we meet has such rich, full stories. They always know exactly where they came from. It makes me look at myself and wonder, what about my own history? Where do I come from, and why don't I know more about who I am?" Her mother looked at her with deep tenderness, wrapping a comforting arm around her shoulders. Before her mother could answer, a warm, booming voice broke through the mist. "Kia ora, travelers. Welcome." A boy about Althea's age stepped forward, a traditional greenstone pennant catching the sunlight around his neck. "Are you here for the youth haka ceremony? You're a bit early, but you're welcome to come look around." He paused, looking closely at Althea. He gave her a gentle, knowing look. "I am Manaia. I notice you are smiling, my friend, but your smile is not quite reaching your beautiful eyes. Is everything okay?" Althea stood up to greet him, adjusting her camera strap. "Hi, I'm Althea. I'm 9 years old and my name means healer. This is my mom. We are visiting your cultural center all the way from America." She looked around at the towering carved wooden structures. "New Zealand has so much rich history everywhere you look, and it's beautiful. But being here just made me realize that I feel like I'm missing something out of my own life. I really want to know more about where I came from." Manaia nodded slowly, his expression full of understanding. "Come inside the mare with me," he said softly. "In our culture, we have a special word for exactly what you're searching for." Inside the quiet, warm building, the walls were lined with incredible wooden carvings of figures with wide eyes and fierce expressions. "Are those ancient kings?" Althea asked, looking up in awe. "They're our ancestors," Manania said proudly. "Every carving tells a story of who we are. My grandfather taught me that knowing your wakapapa is like having deep roots in the soil. It means no matter how hard the wind blows, you cannot be knocked down." Manania took a deep breath, his chest expanding. "Today I have to lead our Whānau youth in haka. I am incredibly nervous. To do the haka, you cannot be shy, and you cannot pretend to be anyone else. You have to stand tall and let the world see exactly who you are." "The haka?" Althea asked. "Is that the powerful dance with the stomping?" "It's not just a dance," Manania smiled. "It is a battle cry for our identity." Manaia explained how history hadn't always been easy and how there were times people tried to make his community forget their language and their traditions. "But the haka saved our pride," Manaia said, his eyes flashing with fire. "When we stomp our feet, we are telling the earth, we are still here. We are calling on every grandfather and grandmother who came before us to stand right behind us on the stage." Althea felt a thud in her chest. She thought about her own family back home, about the stories her grandparents told, and the beautiful strength of the people she belonged to, even if she didn't know every single name on her family tree. "I want to feel that strength," Althea said softly. Manaia smiled and pointed to the floor. "Then stand with me. Let's find your Turangawawa, your place to stand. Plant your feet deep in the whenua." Manaiya instructed, bending his knees and slapping his thigh. Thud! Feel the ground support you. It has been holding up your family for generations, no matter where they walked. Althea bent her knees. She pressed her bare feet against the solid floor. She could feel the steady ancient rhythm of the earth beneath her. Now! Manaiya shouted, his voice echoing off the carved wooden beams. Take a deep breath from your belly. Slap your chest. Look forward and let your voice out. Do not hide your spirit. Althea clapped her hands against her arms and chest. Clap, clap. She took a massive breath, opened her mouth, and let out a fierce, booming cry. She didn't care about looking silly. She felt a sudden, explosive rush of heat rising from her toes, all the way to her heart. They stomped and chanted together until the room shook. Thud, thud, thud. When they finally stopped, Althea was breathing heavily, a huge smile bursting across her face. Her skin was tingling with the ihi. She didn't feel like a drifting leaf anymore. She felt like a massive, deeply rooted tree. You've got great mana, Althea, Manaiya said, catching his breath and smiling with a deep respect. Your ancestors heard you. That evening, before the big performance, Manaiya gave Althea a small, beautifully carved bone pendant shaped like a hook, representing a safe journey. Remember, Manaiya said, wherever your travels take you, you carry your home inside you. You stand on the shoulders of giants. Althea touched the pendant, then hugged her friend tightly. Kia ora, mon ami, she whispered, blending her journeys together. Later that night, Althea stood on a high hill, looking out over the sparkling lights under a starry sky. She pulled out her travel journal and began to write down the stories of her day. She knew she still had many countries left to visit, but she wasn't afraid of feeling lost anymore. She looked up at the moon, stamped her feet firmly on the ground, and smiled. She knew exactly who she was.